got caught up in the moment, had low self-discipline, low restraint. Okay, this moment is bigger than me. This coach is animated, he's energized, he's passionate, but I can't lose my own self-discipline and control and have immediate knee-jerk reaction when the coach is walking out of the dugout and doesn't even finish his sentence, and all he says is, you missed 3 pitches. It's not like he dropped that magic word off the bat to the umpire to have him tossed, but LSU, I don't know if this is the all-time record, 52,390 Jello shots purchased this year in Omaha.
Oh, gosh.
That was a weekend at Notre Dame, wasn't it?
That bar's in the zone right now.
Come on. Those bars in the zone. But I mean, put that in perspective. The Coastal Boys were second with 9,100.
Oh, and they had 52,000. Go Tigers!
Insane amount of fans.
He's got low self-discipline right now. He needs to remember where he's trying to go. You didn't make it yet, dude. You haven't made it yet. You were going to go to the NFL.
And Zach Edey, if you're listening right now, if you're listening right now, don't go, well, okay, but he did another 101 mile an hour.
Mr. Edey, 101, yes.
Welcome to the Living in the Zone podcast with your host, Jim Fannin. This is your front row seat into the minds of champions. As a master mental performance coach, Jim will pull back the curtain on the hidden strategies that drive peak performance in sports, in business, and in life. If you're an athlete, coach, entrepreneur, or just someone who's ready to level up mentally and step into your greatness, you're in the right place. Welcome to Living in the Zone.
Who's in the zone? Who's not? What a weekend of sports. Ryan, Caleb, you got your who's in the zone? You got who's in the zone?
Ready to go today. Ready to rock.
And before we talk about who's in the zone, who's not in the zone, everybody, that zone is that special place, that purposeful, calm feeling. Some of you can put it on like an overcoat. And when you're locked in that purposeful, calm feeling, you'll have that feeling that nothing can go wrong. It's ultimate optimism, ultimate confidence, ultimate belief, ultimate expectation.
But ultimate enjoyment.
Your enjoyment's going to go through the roof, in the zone. So, Ryan, who's in the zone for you this weekend?
All right, this weekend, we're going to the baseball diamond. I think there's a lot of baseball highlights over the weekend. There's a lot of guys locked in, but I don't believe anyone is more locked in this season than the catcher for the Seattle Mariners, Cal Raleigh. Now, I have a little bit of a relationship with Cal because I played against him when he was young at the Florida State University, Caleb Clayton, alma mater.
So is this your catcher's fraternity?
Yeah, possibly. You know, I did see him as competition when I played against him, but man, it's hard not to respect what the Seminoles do on the baseball diamond. But this is why Cal is in the zone right now on the show.
Seattle Mariners.
The Seattle Mariners. Mm-hmm. He just passed Hall of Famer Johnny Bench for the most home runs by any catcher before an All-Star break at 31 total dingers.
Against the Boston Red Sox, which I had a lot to do with, not helping Cal, but helping the Red Sox.
Yes. So it's still June. That's the crazy part about that. So he just broke a record, and he's still got about 10, maybe 12 more games left to go.
Until the All-Star break?
Before the All-Star break. And to put more perspective into how monumental this achievement is, he's accomplished this in 73 games. Bench achieved it in 87 games. That's mind-blowing. First player to hit 30 home runs in his team's first 75 games since Barry Bonds and Luis Gonzalez. Those are some crazy names. And the most by a switch hitter. That moved him ahead of Mickey Mantle, Jose Ramirez, Lance Berkman. But maybe the coolest name on here is the first Mariner to hit 30 homers by the All-Star break since Ken Griffey Jr. And Jim, I know you have a huge experience with the Mariners. You know that. So this is pretty rare category for Cal Raleigh to be in. This is why. It's because his score levels are operating at such a high level. He is managing his thoughts better than 99% of the guys in the big leagues right now. I would say he's top 1% of hitters and their mindset right now. Whatever he's doing, it's helping him be disciplined. So he knows exactly what he's going to do that day. He knows the pitcher better than they know themselves. Mm-hmm. He's focused. He's in the moment. He's not thinking shoulda, coulda, woulda. He's locked in on a release point or some kind of cue coming out of the pitcher's hand. He's confident. I mean, come on. The dude raked last year. He's on a team that's trying to get back to the playoffs. And his optimism is pulling him through even maybe when he isn't as focused or disciplined. He's cool, calm, and very relaxed.
Well, he's going to the All-Star game.
Yeah, he's for sure going to the All-Star game.
It's going
but
to happen.
he's also enjoying himself. So the score levels for Cal at an all-time high for him. He's on MVP trajectory. So that's my pick for who's in the zone for this week.
I think it's a good one. And the other thing is, can he maintain it in the second half? That's getting there is one thing. Staying there when everybody expects you. Now the bright lights are coming. We'll see how he does. But I think that's a great selection. He's definitely in his zone. Kayla, who do you have in the zone?
So before I get to who I have in the zone, I just got to share, we're talking about enjoyment. And this past weekend, I was out at Omaha at the College World Series cheering on the alma mater, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Came up a little short, but I want to talk about the LSU fan base. These people are insane when they are cheering on their Tigers. I mean, crazy atmosphere. It was, I would say, 25-1 Tiger to Chanticleer fans. But there's one bar, if you've been out to Omaha, called Rocco's, right next to the stadium, and every year they do a Jell-O shot challenge.
Yep.
And I believe LSU...
You signed up for that right off the bat. Yeah, I know.
I bought a couple of Jell-O shots
I saw
Coastal.
the expense report
for the
as it came in.
I had to get
Shot
something
for the shots.
yeah, exactly. But LSU, I mean, I don't know if this is the all-time record. 52,390 Jell-O shots purchased this year in Omaha.
Gosh.
That was a weekend at Notre Dame, wasn't it?
That bar's in the zone right now.
Come on. Rocco's bars in the zone. But I mean, put that in perspective. The Coastal Boys were second with 9,100.
Oh,
And
they had
52,000.
Go Tigers!
Insane amount of fans.
Did they have purple?
Crazy
Did they have
enjoyment.
purple and yellow?
Yeah, they did. And their fan, I mean, they love the atmosphere. And like I said, they were great fans. They were not demeaning, not hostile to Coastal fans. They were there. Hey, we're here to win this. We're gonna enjoy this journey.
Yeah.
We're gonna party. Thank you, guys. Almost like thank you for being here, being a part of it. But we know we're gonna win.
It's the fans that make Omaha, right? It's the fans.
And that leads me right into who's in the zone, and it was Kade Anderson.
Oh, wow.
LSU's
This guy's
ace.
going to break the bank sometime.
He
He's going
is,
to break
I
the
mean,
bank in money.
Potential #1 draft pick overall, possibly. He has the stuff for that. 170 strikeouts on the season for Mr. Anderson. He threw on Saturday. It was a 1-0 battle against Fluky with Coastal. Both pitchers had their stuff, but to me, Kade has such high S&C early in the count. He gets ahead with the breaking ball, and he sets the tone, and after that kind of sets the table for it. This is what I want to do. I'm painting corners, and that just leads into him having extreme optimism on the mound. He doesn't just expect. No, he knows.
You can feel it.
You can feel it. The entire town of Omaha could feel it on Saturday. We might not hit this. I mean, I think we had 3 hits, but we're not going to get a
He's
run.
just fearless. To get ahead in the count, he also has no fear.
No fear.
So high relaxation levels.
And
but it's
the
an
other-
intense relaxation.
You know, I was
It
talking
is.
about he's going to break the bank and all that. He's probably breaking the bank right now in NIL.
He is,
If anybody knows how much does he
Yeah,
make
let us
right
know how
now
much
NIL?
Anderson's making.
Leave us a note in the comments.
Yeah,
if you
please let us know.
Let us know.
Exactly, but for that optimism, at the bottom of the 8th, I thought the coach may pull him in that 8th inning and bring in their relief, but to have the confidence self, Coach, I'm closing out this game. I'm going to close out and I'm off through a full game, and I'm not allowing any runs to score. 10 punchies, he's in the zone.
I love it. Well, I'm going to go to golf. I've got some personal highlights. Mike Small, who I've been coaching for a dozen years, a long time. Coach, obviously, of the University of Illinois. Gary Hallberg, coached him to Rookie of the Year decades ago, and coaching Gary now on the Champions Tour. They both were teed up at the Illinois Senior Open Championship, and Mike Small was a Zoniac.
He's a baller.
And I'm not
He
surprised.
is.
He never practices, hardly practices, but he's just a winner. He is a baller. He was in the zone, won the Illinois Senior Open, 3rd time he's won it.
Yep.
-8. Second place was Gary Hallberg,
Mr. Hallberg.
-3. So he won it pretty easily over Gary. But it was good to see my guys 1 and 2, both in the zone. I was living that vicariously through both of them. And then we've got another University of Illinois player, Adrien Dumont de Chassart. 59. And he had a bogey. How do you shoot a 59 with a bogey? He had 12 birds, 1 bogey. He was locked in. Only 14 players on the Korn Ferry Tour have been under 60. So he's put his name in that historic record book. He was at the Blue Cross Blue Shield Wichita Open. And what an amazing run. 11 under, 59. Anybody watching? Anybody shot even close to that? I mean, that is rarefied air. And on the last shot, to shoot 59, he was calm, cool, drained it. And amazingly, he thinks he can even go lower, which is even more exciting.
That's scary. Come on,
I love
Adrien.
it. Who else is in the zone? I got to go to Sam Presti, general manager, Oklahoma. You know, he's gotten a lot of credit. He was the executive of the year this year, and he deserved it. But to look at somebody like that, he was one of the original draft guys to come out with a superstar team. He had 3 Hall of Famers to be, Westbrook, Harden, and Durant, and couldn't do it. Got to the mountaintop.
Got there, but
couldn't stay there. They broke up. And then to come back and have all these draft picks, have the youngest team, and win it all with the MVP. But they got so many draft picks. How did they do that? That's a GM in a zone state. He's not only taking someone like Dort, for example, Santa Clara, second rounder. He's found guys, second round, late first round, plug them and play them, putting them in a team, and that team is young and deep from top all the way down to the last guy, playing 7, 8 guys every time. That doesn't just happen. I got to give him kudos. I'm a labor guy. I'm not a management guy. I coached management one time. That was 40 years ago. No, I coach labor. I coach the players. But Sam, you're in the zone. This franchise is set up to a dynasty possibility. We'll see. I know you're still thinking about Indy.
I'm still hurting. That heart still hurts.
And find out about, are you in the zone? And if you really want to find out how you stack up with zone performers, check out the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. Give Jimmy some love here. But also check it out because take the Score Challenge. It is unbelievable. Your mind is going to be blown away. Take the challenge. It's going to show if you think like the best golfer in the world, tennis player in the world. We got 24 assessments. Take a parenting assessment, and you could take a relationship assessment. Don't do it with your wife. Do it by yourself. Little FYI. But take these assessments. It's going to tell you exactly what you need, and then you got a conversation with Ryan, with Caleb, to find out and take a deeper dive on what do I need to do, and they're going to give you specifics that you can do based on your analysis.
Absolutely.
Find out if you're in the zone. And you know what? I just want to briefly talk who's not in the zone, and I'm going to somebody that just had an amazing run, and that's Haliburton. But to have 3 3-pointers, 7th game, balling, ready to do the unexpected, the improbable, climbing a mountain that everybody said you can't do it, and then to have an Achilles season ending, which it did, game ending, but he's not coming back maybe for 8, 9 months. Yeah. All I'm saying, Hallie, I know you're not in the zone right now. I know you're sitting there thinking shoulda, coulda, woulda. Everybody's telling you what could have happened if you'd have played. You need to divorce yourself from that. Pat yourself on the back for an amazing season. Lock in and get some super healing going. And that starts right now. Not next week, not after your surgery. It starts right now. Come back with a vengeance. Be better, be stronger, and you're going to build yourself into somebody that is going to be a warrior for the next 10 years. You're that young. You're that good. I know you're not in the zone. Success getting up one more time from a setback, an injury. Haliburton.
Yeah.
Hallie, we're looking for you to do that.
You know,
Be in
his
the zone.
his shot in Game 1 is the most iconic thing to happen in this playoffs. So, you know,
game
people will
winner.
remember the Thunder winning, but people will also remember Game 1.
How did that
buzzer
bounce
beater.
ball off the rim, go all
New
that
York,
high,
I mean,
and come
it's-
back down? What are the odds?
Yeah.
So there was definitely a blessing with Indy, which was great. It ended in a.
It was a fun ride. Yeah,
It was a fun ride.
Well
But anyway,
lasted.
who's not in the zone for you?
All right, let's go to the NFL. It's almost
Yeah.
NFL season here. I'm a huge Bears fan, so I'm fired up for Caleb Williams. But we're going to Cleveland here, who has not been in the zone for decades at this point, especially with their quarterbacks. Shadeur Sanders, just drafted, had a huge challenge with the draft regardless, just dropping as far as he did. But now, within the last month, Shadeur's been pulled over twice for speeding. Now, pulled over once, that's a mistake. Learn, adjust, and you'll be fine.
50 and a 35. Okay,
Yeah, you know,
I got a little trap here.
Okay, you know, I'm having fun. I just got maybe my new
Understandable.
car. I'm in the NFL. Okay, slap on the wrist, whatever. Twice at 101 miles an hour? Okay, now something's going on. There's a pattern happening here. So Shadeur, he's got low self-discipline right now. He needs to remember where he's trying to go. You didn't make it yet, dude. You haven't made it yet. You were going to go to the NFL.
And Zach Edey, if you're listening right now, if you're listening right now, don't go, well, okay. But he did another 101 mile an
Mr.
hour.
Edie, 101, yes.
But for Shadeur, remember where you want to go. You don't just want to get to the NFL. You want to be a superstar. Superstars don't make these mistakes over and over again. So just get back on the horse, get back into the trenches, and do your thing that you know you can do in the NFL. You got to win a job here. You're not going to be handed this job. So let's go. That's all I got for Shadeur.
And the Browns have got a black eye anyway from Deshaun Watson and all that, the challenge with their
unfortunately.
quarterback. That's the last thing need is another quarterback challenge.
More challenges.
Yes.
Who's not in the zone?
So I'm going back to Omaha. This is going to be, this incident happened yesterday. If anybody's watching, I'm sure just as blown away as I was. I'd never seen this happen before, but not in the zone, Angel Campos. Home plate umpire during the College World Series. Bottom of the first inning, ejects head coach Kevin Schnall and also the first base coach for Coastal Carolina.
Shouldn't know the home plate umpire's name. You shouldn't, right? They should just be doing their job.
He should be doing his job, but he was, in my opinion, got caught up in the moment, had low self-discipline, low restraint. Okay, this moment is bigger than me. This coach is animated, he's energized, he's passionate, but I can't lose my own self-discipline and control and have immediate knee-jerk reaction when the coach is walking out of the dugout and doesn't even finish his sentence, and all he says is, "You missed 3 pitches." It's not like he dropped that magic word off the bat to the umpire to have him tossed. But and I just don't understand. I'm not saying this changed the course of the game, anything by that, but to have your head coach ejected the bottom of the first inning, the biggest game all year, I think for the umpire, he just lost his relaxation. His breathing was elevated, and it caused him to have immediate knee-jerk reaction and toss Coach Kevin Schnall out of the game in the first inning.
He took it too personally, and also the other thing is understand where you're at. The crowd's going wild. LSU fans are, like you said, 20-1
I mean, this
ratio.
is a home game for LSU. Chance going to be
So
entire
people are
game.
screaming, how is this guy going to hear a warning call if you don't make it demonstrative as a home plate umpire? So I'm with you on this, Caleb.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the challenge is with NCAA baseball umpires. I love them when I was in school playing with them. In
Yeah.
fact, some of the guys on the field, they umpired for games I was in the ACC. But they don't let their players ever have fun. Guys can't get fired up. Guys can't do anything. There is a line in college that needs to be, set.
Needs to be
But
set.
you
I
can't
agree,
pimp
too.
a home run in college. They'll scream at you. They threw a guy in LSU out earlier in the year. So I don't know what's going on with the umpires in NCAA.
Alex Cora also got kicked out over the weekend, one of my clients. But and I look and I go, the umpire was wrong. The umpire made the worst call, kicked out Adrien, and all Cora went out was like, yeah, but you did this and that, and nope, see you later.
I'm not going to hear it, yeah.
Who's not in the zone? I think it's umpires everywhere, and I'll tell you why. Prop bets. I'm telling you, Prop bets. I got a prop bet going, and you punch my guy out in the last at bat, and I got money on it. I'm not happy. For the first time, umpires are getting threats, death threats. They're getting online abuse. Yeah. We're talking about it. When's the time? When do we talk about umpires?
Never.
You should never be talking about officiating in any sports. That's the invisible part of the game.
Yeah.
It's necessary, but we shouldn't be talking about it. Umpires, get in the zone, get some tough, thick skin.
You gotta thicken up a little
If you're
bit.
going to do that job, you got to have thick skin. Unfortunately, it just comes with it. And if you can't handle it, then don't do it. It's as simple as that. But if you love baseball, if you love being an umpire, then you also, tying back to the enjoyment factor, you got to love somebody coming at you and you being a palm tree and saying, okay, I can handle this. And I can get him to calm down because I'll be calm.
And umpires, when you're breathing, because it's now the money's on the table, when your breathing goes up past 20 breaths a minute, you're going to be indecisive, you're going to make mistakes. We should be doing umpiring in the zone so you can keep your breathing at a 15 to 17, preferably under 10, but keep it low. You'll make less mistakes. In the zone. And now, let's see who's missing something in their life that's going to take you to the next level. Let's go to the Zone Cafe. Bring your game, bring your sport, bring your business, and let's see the missing link in you. Thank you, Zoniacs, for watching the clip, Who's in the Zone? And if you'd like to see the full podcast, go to Spotify or check it out in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe so we can send the show directly to you. Zoniacs, be in the zone. It's the only place to be.